about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this feeling. It seems my dream won't go away, so it's more like...
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing episode number 14 of our grid mode with Frankfurt, and we need to start off with a squad report. It's a new month, which I love and adore, to see how the players are growing. My boy Trappy is not growing, which is frustrating. I don't care about age. The boy's been a rock all season long. He should be growing. Simple as that. The back line is growing really, really well, and I really do love the back line, regardless of the errors they have made. Sebastian Jung and Bastian Obzipka are sensational, and Schwegs is coming into the CDM role in the centre of the park and done a phenomenal job. I wish I'd brought him in earlier. He has been absolutely sensational in my opinion, and Marco Rush should have been dropped a long time before he actually was. Takashi Inui, I love him. He's such good fun to use. Really good player. I'm surprised he hasn't gone up. The same with Hakam. I'm surprised he hasn't actually grown. Really am quite surprised by that. Zaza has come in, 5 games, 1 goal. I think he's actually, that doesn't really tell the whole truth about him. I think he's done a lot better than what his stats actually say. Raul Jimenez, what can we say about this lad? Honestly, he's gone up +3. He's got 16 in 19 games for the league. He's got 3 and 3 in the cup. After 21 games, he's hit 19 goals. He just astounds me. There is no goal that he does not score. He's just been such a revelation. I honestly think he can hit at least 24, 25 goals in the remaining part of the season. Not in total, but yeah, in total, not in like the last few games. He's not going to hit like 24 goals in, say, under 10 games. But I honestly think he can hit 24, 25 goals by the end of the season. Gladbach, 2 in 16, an average of 1 every 8 is not the greatest. It's a bit worrying, but I still believe in the lad. I really do still believe in him. Mark Oliver Kempf, I think he's been a revelation, to be honest. He's done so well. I'm so chuffed the way he came into the team, broke into the team. He had a bit of a dip in form. It's a little bit annoying. But you would have seen there that the on-loan striker has gone up. Hasn't played for me, but he's gone up. And then I think to myself, why is Trappy not gone up? It's just infuriating. I don't care about the age thing. The lad has been a revelation all season. A brick wall at times. He hasn't really made a mistake all season long. We look at the league table. The 7 points we picked up in episode 13 are huge. Absolutely huge. Can't explain how big they were. They really have put us right in the middle of the battle for the European slot, for the Europa League. It really has put us right in the middle of that battle. So hopefully we'll be able to pick up some more positive results and build on the positivity we've had over the last 2 episodes. Episode 12 with that draw against Munich was huge. The win in the quarterfinal of the Cup was huge. And then in episode 13, picking up 7 points in those 3 games was massive, especially when you had Wolfsburg in the midweek game. And understandably we got the 0-0 draw, which was disappointing, but the positivity of beating Dortmund and the pressure we were under against Dortmund was just massive, and the club's really kicked on, the boys have really kicked on, and that leads us to the game, a home game against Stuttgart, which you remember in the early part of the season, or the midway part of the first half of the season, Stuttgart managed to beat us 2-1. They outplayed us. They were a ferocious side, a side that absolutely scared me. But Jimenez there, what chest control, the way the boy drags the ball down from the air with his chest, onto his right foot, squares it up for his left foot, it's just sensational. He is phenomenal. People probably thought I was taking a mick when I said the new Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It's things like that it just astound me how great he really is. Anui with a nice little shot there, but the keeper just plucks it out of the air. And we found in this first half that Stuttgart were just so difficult to break down. They were such a dogged side, a real ferocious side when it came defending. Trappy pulling off some saves there, and we managed to clear the ball. Bit of desperation as Stuttgart applied the pressure. Great ball squared, but again, Trappy with a huge stop. When he spreads himself like Pete Schmeichel. He is the modern day Schmeichel. He comes out, he makes himself as big as a bloody bus, and he stops everything going in, which leads to my frustration why he's not growing. But that aside, Trappy, for me, still was the best keeper in the league. As much as, the saves that we're seeing from Manuel Neuer, and I can't remember who the last save was from. Was it ter Stegen made a huge save? No, it wasn't ter Stegen. I can't remember who made the other big save, probably the second best save I've seen in the league. I think that was in episode 13. But, that was a huge save. But Trappy just does it week in, week out for fun. Absolutely for fun, and he really does save us a lot, a big time to be fair, as you can see. But Stuttgart came out in that second half really looking to apply the pressure, and we struggled to break them down. The one thing I think we need to add next season, or look to be added next season, is a defensive midfielder with a little bit more guile than what we have. We have good, solid centre defensive midfielders, but they're not brilliant when it comes to setting up the play, you know, being an important role for the team. And we need someone in there who can distribute the ball a little bit better. As you can see there, Trappy was beating all ends up. What a beautiful cross. It's just drifted in, floated in beautifully. And how did the striker miss? I will never ever know. But thankfully, he missed. And as you can see, we were struggling. The game wasn't a pleasure to play in. Stuttgart just literally dominated possession. They made themselves difficult to break down. As I say, we lack that little bit of guile at this moment in time to break teams down. But, you know, it's a positive result. It's a draw, which is a positive result at this stage of the season. It really is a positive result. And for once, I get some players come to me and start having a little bit of a dig, which I haven't had all season, which has surprised me. On top of that, I actually haven't had an international job offer, which is a bit bizarre. Perhaps they'll come in season number 2, I don't know. Or we still have a little bit of this season to go. So you never know, we might get a job offer, but I haven't had one yet, and it was nice to see a couple of players saying, "Come on, play me." And why Zambrano said, "Thank you for playing me," I don't honestly know, because he hadn't come to me and said, "Play me. You're playing X. Why don't you play me?" I don't get that, so that was a bit of a bizarre email, but it's the first time this season I've had players, apart from Gladbach, come to me and well, he didn't even moan, he just wanted to have his wages put up. It's the first time we've had players come to us and actually moan, which astounds me, to be honest. Anyway, we're playing at Borussia Mönchengladbach, and as you would have saw, they're sitting 4th in the table. So this game is of biblical proportions. We must deliver the points. Sharok breaking through, fires the shot in, and what a defensive block that was. Absolutely sensational. He mistimes that, that's a penalty or it's a goal. It was that simple, but what a tackle. And as you can see, Borussia Mönchengladbach are all over. Some nice skills in the box. Goes for the cross shot, and Trappy manages to get a bit of a hand on that and pushes it round for a corner. Thankfully, nothing came from it. But Jimenez down that left-hand side flicks the ball over the top into Stefan. Stefan, poor first touch. Nothing comes from it. And we were under pressure. I've got to say, Mönchengladbach were playing such good football, but the game was very dogged. It was like a big dogfight in the centre of the park, fighting for possession. And to be honest with you, it just didn't make for good viewing. It wasn't a pleasure for the home fans, I can assure you. They weren't really impressed with the way we were playing, because we were playing up against a team that was just literally, again, parking thy sausage in front of their goal. So it was proven hard to break down. But a beautiful ball spread out to Jonas Flum. He gets the cross in. Sonny with the header. All the time in the world. He probably could have taken that on his chest and slotted it home. He went for the header. He's not renowned for his header. And unfortunately, he misses a great opportunity. But he picks up the ball, drifts into their half, spreads it out to Jimenez. A beautiful ball, I must say. Jimenez breaking into the box, squares it to Elanusi. Elanusi got the ball caught up in his feet. And ter Stegen went through him like a battering ram. And the referee awarded a penalty. My opinion, I think it's a harsh penalty. When you see the replay, Elanusi gets the ball caught up underneath his feet. 2 players clatter into Elanusi. Ter Stegen goes through. I can see why it was given, but I would feel it was very harsh it was awarded against us. But Jimenez steps up. Can the Iceman score? Of course he can. That's why he's the Iceman. The boy is he's just phenomenal. He really is phenomenal. He's just scoring goals for fun at this moment in time, and it's a revelation. Honestly, would not like to know where we would be in the league if we did not have Raul Jimenez. Because obviously, as you know, Gladbach's not getting the goals. Zazar's not getting the goals. Hakan's not picking up the goals. Inui's not picking up the goals. Elanusi's not picking up the goals. So realistically, if we didn't have Raul Jimenez, we could easily be in the bottom 3, if not rock bottom of the table. But look at that for a goal. A sublime ball over the top by Stefan Sharok into Hakan. The control, the touch, the finish was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful to give us a 2-0 lead in such an important game, and to actually get the 3 points in such an important game. A game that it was make or break. If we'd lost that game, I firmly feel that, you know, our season could be well and truly over, because it could have knocked the stuffing out of the lads. But to pick up those 3 points, I was really, really chuffed, and we played really, really well. So we're going to move into the 3rd game. In this episode, you may see that there's quite a bit to go. Actually going to have 4 games. I know we've done the double games in an episode. I know we've done the trio games where we have triple games. So I thought today we would have a nice 4-game episode. Get a bit of a move on with the season so we can break into season 2. get season 1 sort of done and dusted. But we do have some big games coming up. Obviously, we've got the semi-final of the Cup against Bayern Munich. So I just thought it'd be nice to get the season going along. Hopefully, you're still enjoying this series. Hopefully, you're enjoying this Frankfurt series, because I'm loving it. As much as it's been a dogged series, lots of highs, plenty of lows. I wouldn't say lots of highs, actually. More lows than actual highs. I mean, what a finish by Hamburg there. I mean, poor defending yet again really has haunted us all season long. It really has. I mean, look at that defending. Absolutely awful. Trappy couldn't do nothing about that, to be fair, and it was a great finish. And to be honest, it was deserved because we just weren't playing very well. But Hakan feeds that ball into Schwegs. Schwegs has lots of time, and he fires it in at that near post. What an absolutely beautiful finish. I didn't actually think he would score that, to be honest. It was a great ball by Hakan, splitting that defence, and bang, into that bottom corner. The keeper should never be beaten on his near post, but my God, the shot was so ferocious, the keeper couldn't do nothing about it. And it was a great, great, great goal. And it's nice to see Schwegs get on the score sheet. It's the one thing he hasn't had in his game all season, since really breaking into the first team due to Marco Reus being goddamn awful. He's adding goals, but sloppy defending again. I mean, Trappy should be claiming that ball and he doesn't, which is really, really disappointing. Poor defending it really is haunting us, and it could cost us a top 6 place. The boys have just got to get it together. Hopefully we can, but going at half time 1-1 against Hamburg, I've got to say I felt really, really lucky because we didn't deserve it. We didn't play good football. You could see the boys feeling the pressure, and as much as the game against Gladbach, the boys seemed to thrive on that pressure. Against Hamburg, they seemed scared. They seemed like they were caught in the headlights of an oncoming car, and it was really frustrating. He knew he with a shot there, and it was nice to see him get forward. He hasn't done that enough all season, is get shots in. He's got plenty of crosses in, but he hasn't got the shots away, which is really disappointing. But Hamburg came back. A great save there by Trappy, but the defenders were attracted to the ball like flies to shit, and that just causes huge issues. And Hamburg scored the second goal, and to be fair, Hamburg deserved it. And again, that pains me to say so much. That pains me to say that my team deserved to lose, and it's intolerable. It's absolutely intolerable to actually say that they deserved to lose, but unfortunately they did. We weren't at the races, we weren't good enough, and it was clearly that simple. If you're not good enough, you're going to get beaten in this league. There's nowhere to hide in the Bundesliga. There's no easy games, there's no gifts, and it is really frustrating. So we decided to swap up the formation, go back to the 4-3-3, and essentially just play football where we just attack and unshackle ourselves and say, do you know what? If we're not going to make the top 6, we're going to go down, in a blaze of absolute freaking glory, which I suppose is a bit ironic because finishing outside the top 6, there is no glory. Finishing in the top 6 is the glory. So hopefully the blaze of glory will be finishing where we need to finish. Otherwise, my job could be under threat and I could be sacked, which, I fully understand. I fully take on the shoulders, and it's one of those things. But we start off against SC Freiburg. A nice ball played through there, but Hakan just lacked that little bit of pace to get on the end of it, unfortunately. But again, Freiburg, they didn't stand off us. They went for us. The 4-3-3 is not the greatest formation for defending, especially with my inability to defend and the lads' inability to do as they're told when defending. But as you can see, it was all Freiburg in the first half. They were making the better movements. They were making the better of the possession that they had. Beautiful interlinking play there to get into the box, and again, a very impetuous challenge. Why he dived in like that, I do not know. He could have just stood off him. He didn't, and Zambrano cost us a penalty. I mean, you look at it, just stand off him. The ball looks like it's been miscontrolled. It actually does look like Zambrano gets a touch on the ball first, but I think he caught the attacker at the same time as the ball. The referee deemed it a penalty. What can you actually do? It's just one of those things, unfortunately. But Trappy in goal. Goes the right way, I should say. It looked like he was going to send him the wrong way. Went the right way. He hits the post. And how they miss an open goal, I will never, ever know. And that is probably the biggest miss of the season ever. Again, look at that defending. Absolutely awful. I believe that was a foul on the goalkeeper. In my heart of hearts, there was a foul on the goalkeeper. It was a great cross ball. But look at that. It goes in on the keeper. He goes through the keeper. Surely that should be a foul. Trappy should have collected the ball. He didn't from the tackle, and it's an open net. And this time, Freiburg do actually punish us, unfortunately. And it was very, very disappointing. Some nice play from Freiburg. They looked the better side. Again, a little bit of luck, poor defending, and we are 2-0 down. And to be honest with you, this could really destroy the remainder of our season. it really could destroy the rest of our season because we can't afford to lose games in this fashion. And it is really, really quite demoralising. But on the plus side, we still have a number of games to go in the season. We still have the semi-final of the Cup. Hopefully you guys won't be too down. You know, we've played 27 games. We still have enough games to do the business. We're still in with a bit of a shout. It's just been a funny season. 7 losses is too many. 11 draws is too many. 9 wins is just not enough. But hopefully we can turn it around in the remaining games.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that